Hello, my name is James Golden. I'm the pastor at One Family Fellowship in Hallsville, Texas. And this is two scriptures. So what I do is I take two scriptures and connect them and hopefully encourage us today in everyday things that we will be faced with in these last times. And so the first thing I want to do, being the first one, is I want to define what the last times are, what the end of days looks like. And so when Jesus came and ascended to heaven, the last days began. So we are living in the last days, and we've been living in the last days for now 2,000 years. And so so when we read this New Testament, when we read the letters to Paul, then when he speaks about the last days, we're in them. And so these are the things that will come in these last days. And so we may be closer than we are further, but we don't know. No one knows the date or the time. And so let's read the two scriptures and we'll speak to them. So the first is found in 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5, probably a scripture you know fairly well, especially in these times. And it says this: "But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of mercy, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying its power. Have nothing to do with such people." So here we have Paul telling Timothy that there are going to be people in the last days, terrible times, where people they struggle to love. They struggle to give grace. They struggle to have mercy. And he's not just talking about the pagan world. He's talking about Christians in this as well. And I don't know if you've seen the times around us, but those are the things that we see happening today. And so what is our response to this? What are we to do? Obviously, Paul encourages us to have nothing to do with these people, but we are living in this world. We're part of this world. And so what should our response be to such people? So if we have, let's say, for example, we're going to a retail establishment. We'll say, you name your favorite retail establishment, and you go in there, and you're dealing with the people that work there, and someone there is, they're short with you. They don't want to be there. They can't do their job correctly. They struggle to do those things. Maybe they're just bitter. Maybe they're sad. Maybe they're upset. Those things could happen. And when you're faced with those people, what is our response to them? Well, our response is given in Matthew 5, 14 through 16. And that response is this: Jesus encourages through his words that you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So that is our response to these people that Paul is talking about in the last times. And so when we meet someone like I just described, our response a lot of times is to meet them where they're at. And it is to meet them in their ungrateful or unholy or without love or slanderous or without self-control. It's for us to meet. We're going to meet them where they're at. But that's not what the Bible commands us to do. The Bible tells us to meet these people, to be a light, to be a city on a hill, a light to those around us. And so that's hard. We have to now not only meet these people where they're at, but we have to know that our response to them has to be light. It has to reflect Jesus' light into them. Now, you're thinking, well, that's not going to do anything, is it? Is it really going to make a difference if we are shining light to them? Absolutely it will. Because it's not on us. It's not our power. It's truly the power of Christ. And so when we shine, we don't have to come up to somebody and say, hey, let me tell you about Jesus. it's a matter of, now they may wonder why you're in such a good mood. They may wonder why you are so blessed, and they may wonder why that you are not in a bad mood, or giving them an abundant amount of grace. And you know what? In that opportunity, you have a great time to share. Let me tell you why I love you and why I'm here to give you grace. It's because of Jesus Christ, because he gave me those things as well. And so if we receive the light from Christ and it stays in us, then when we meet these people that are in darkness, that are in struggle, then we meet them with light. Light overcomes darkness. That's scriptural. I don't want to, again, we're two scriptures today, so I don't want to focus on more than one, but just to focus on these two. And so I want to encourage you today, when you go and you meet someone that is truly in darkness, don't revel in that. Don't meet them there. Don't respond to them in that way. Our opportunity as followers of Christ is to respond to them in the proper way, which is to shine Jesus' light in every situation we come to. So what do? How do we get to that place? We got to wake up every day and we got to say, Christ, I need you in my life. I need you to be the light in my life, and I need to focus not on what's wrong with today, but what is right about you, and allow that to rest in our spirit and rest in our soul, so that when we go out, we can meet people in their dreariness and be the city on a hill, the light that has been on a lampstand, so that all those, what does the scripture say? Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven.